And the other part of immorality that I want to highlight that is very important for our youngsters is, all of this content, the shameful content and the dirty movies and all of this 18 plus and rated and all of this content that is really available out there in the internet. So a lot of our people, and I think all of you guys should be aware, because you are also reaching that age and you have those desired and you have those urges. So now with this social media, a lot of things are available. A lot of the boys, especially boys, I'm not aware about girls, but boys, especially in our times as well, in my time as well, they are engaged in sharing these jokes for fun. It's just for fun. It's a light fun. And these are dirty jokes involving, some details that should not be shared. And I cannot even share them in the class here. But these guys are, so the guys are involved in immoral acts, and again they can be apparent and they can be concealed. It's just a message that you're sharing with your friends, a group of friends, a tight group of friends. Obviously, can you share these things with your parents or your elders or your teachers? No, you cannot. It's hidden from them. And then there are a lot of things that are available openly and apparently. So there are lots of movies that are being played in cinema houses where people are going together with families and having fun, and they're not even realizing that these are shameful things that cannot be watched by a family. And then, sometimes people convince themselves, it's just one scene. It's just a small thing. It's just a small thing. But the movie overall was amazing. Wow, I loved the movie and the characters and everything. Yes, there were some shameful things that came in between, but now people become so used to of it, they don't even realize these immoralities. And not just this, so this is one part of it, but especially to youngsters and teenagers, they get into this vicious cycle. This is a very important age for the teenagers. You are about to, guys, shape up your life. You're about to shape up your life. You have to train yourself, and you have to take care of families in the future. So a lot of the guys, they ask me that they get into these, it's an addiction. They get addicted to these dirty movies, to this content that is shared with them. That also leads to something that they do to themselves physically that is again very wrong, and it is not allowed in Islam. But they get addicted to such acts and habits that I want you guys to be aware of. This life is a test for us to control. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the right ways of pursuing even our desires, and we learned it in one of the previous lessons in Surah Baqarah. We learned amongst there are 4 or 5 desires of men, and the desire for women is also there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept it, but there are right ways to go through and fulfill those desires, right? So Shaytan will entice you in immorality and get you deeper. I get messages from youngsters, from teenagers who are writing to me that they cannot get out of this habit. So they're watching all of this filth, they're watching all of these dirty movies and all of these things and rated and this 18 plus content and all of this, and they're unable to get out of this. And then they are physically harming themselves because of the practices that get engaged with it. Maybe some of you who are a bit younger may not be understanding my conversation, but still it is important to highlight because you will soon reach that age as well. So Shaitan will entice you into immorality and get you deeper. Because what happens is, once you start to watch these shameful things or these dirty movies or whatever, what will happen is, Shaitan will tell you, you are now such a bad person. Now you don't have to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How will you pray? You just did such a bad thing. You just watched a dirty movie, and how can you go back to prayer? You're such a bad person. And then your heart will start to get corrupted. Your mind will also start to get corrupted. And then you will move away and away from the religion. Or from Islam, or from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or from guidance. And you will get into that bad, wrong cycle of, getting into it, and then it becomes an addiction, and then you are unable to get out of it. But good news is, and I want to share this good news with you guys, that you can break free of this negative cycle. You can break free. So even if you are into those immoral acts, and if you are watching those dirty movies, or if you are watching those things, the first action that you need to take is you have to have a strong connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The way we have that strong connection is 5 times prayer. So what I want to leave you guys with is, even regardless of what sin, what crime, what shameful act, anything that you do in this life, any bad thing that you do, don't break your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because what Shaytan tells you is, break your, you cannot go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now you don't have the face. How come you just did such a big corruption? You are eating riba, or you're having this haram, or you're having this wrong relationship with a girl, you know, this girlfriend boyfriend thing. This is so common these days. You're having this, what's the point of praying now? You're such a bad thing. Or probably you're getting into the extreme act. Probably you're doing zina or whatever, or you're watching these dirty movies, and then you grow into it. Then Shaitan will just completely take away from you. So what you have to do is, in order to come back, you have to make a strong connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. 5 times prayer. It's a fundamental of our religion. And there's a reason, because in order to stay on the right track, we have to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then we have to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us to get out of this bad habit. So you can break free. Even if you're addicted, you can break free by praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you get out of this. And of course, you have to block all the bad sources. If there is a website, if there is a group that you are part of that is sharing all of this bad information, if there is a website, if there is something else that is, if there a friend or whatever. By the way, such friends who are passing you all of this content and all of these, they are not your friends. They will spoil your akhirah. You have to break your connections with, and you can form new connections. You can have new sources of people. So, and what basically the right way, as I was saying, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the right way. So the desire for women is there, and similarly for girls, the desire for men is there. If these desires are strong, you get married. But if you're too young, and in our societies, obviously, we don't get married early. I mean, we don't get our children married at the age when these desires start to happen, and when they get to that maturity. Then if you cannot marry, if it is not possible to get married, then the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked us to keep fast. When you keep fast, other than, so you can do nifli, fast as well, voluntary fast. You don't have to wait for Ramadan. So when you keep fast regularly, your desires are curtailed. You can control your desire. You can tame your desires as well. So keep fast regularly. The other thing that you can do is keep your mind and body busy. As I was saying, this is a very important age. You are teenagers, you are getting your education, you are about to enter the next phase of your life where you will have to start your own work, or you will be doing jobs, and you will be getting married, and you will be taking care of families. This is a big responsibility. So sharpen your professional skills. Whatever profession you want to take, be it accounting, medical, IT, software, programming, whatever, sharpen your skills. These days, a lot of good content is available on YouTube, on social media as well. I mean, with all this filth that is available, all these bad stuff, there is good stuff as well. So try to professionally sharpen yourself. Learn more Islam. Learn more about the religion. If you have a lot of time, so the point here is occupy your mind. Occupy your mind with good stuff so that the bad stuff cannot come. So first of all, and yes, last but not the least, you have to also be a strong Muslim. So join a gym, do sports, whatever sports you love, get into some physical activities, so that again, you're trying to get into healthier activities. So there is no time left for all of these activities. Now, if I were to summarize,